And isn't this bizarre? A big nuclear power plant that is falling apart and leaking and a danger to its communities pays a $60,000 bribe to Republican politicians who give it a $1 billion bailout that is being used not to fix the nuclear power plant, but to buy back shares so that the executives can get rich. This is insane. Check this out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Kevin Kamps is with us, our old buddy with Beyond Nuclear. Kevin Kamps is the nuclear waste specialist at beyondnuclear.org. You can tweet him at Beyond Nuclear. And Kevin, I see that there was this raid. In fact, the story made the press yesterday, as I recall, maybe the day before. And it was the speaker, the Republican speaker of the Ohio House of Representatives, was busted by federal agents in a $60 million bribery scheme. And I thought, okay, it's just another corrupt Republican. And then you reached out to us and said, no, there's a little bit more to the story. Tell us about that.
Well, this is the biggest bribery and money laundering scheme in Ohio history, according to the U.S. attorney who held the press conference yesterday. And a big part of the story is that it secured for First Energy Nuclear a bailout to the tune of $1.5 billion at the expense of Ohio ratepayers to prop up two dangerously age-degraded atomic reactors, Davis, Bessie, and Perry, on the Lake Erie shoreline in northern Ohio.
So let me get this straight. The company that owns the nuclear reactors gave a $60 million bribe to the Republican Speaker of the House in Ohio to get a $1 billion subsidy, basically, a bailout or whatever you want to call it, to get $1 billion, invest $60,000, get back $1 billion. That seems pretty good investment until the police find out, I suppose.
Yep, almost all of the almost every penny of the $61 million came from First Energy Nuclear, and it was used by this gentleman, Larry Householder, the Speaker of the House, to attain the Speaker of the House position in the first place by supporting in a big way the campaigns of 21 legislators in primaries in the general election in 2018. A big part of the money he simply put in his pocket, as well as his staffers and the lobbyists he was working with, put it in their pockets. And they also used the money. In the end, they had to defend their bogus bill that they rammed through the Ohio State House against a citizen petition drive that was going to put it on this year's ballot, a referendum to override this bad law, this bailout. And they used tens of millions of dollars to run TV ads, radio ads, to send flyers to every household in the state. And it was a scandalous PR campaign because they were blaming the Chinese Communist Party for trying to take over the electric grid of Ohio. Don't sign these petitions. And when even that didn't work, they got ugly in the streets. There was physical violence in the streets against petition gatherers.
And all of this was funded by the multimillionaires who own and run, and the billionaires who own and run this nuclear power plant. What kind of, yes. And they didn't just buy the Speaker of the House, they also bought, 22 House seats, did you say? Or
yeah,
18?
It was a total of 21 House seats, 21. And all of them voted for Householder to be Speaker, and then all but one of them voted in favor of this bailout.
So it's like, let's buy ourselves a Congress, then let's buy ourselves a Speaker, then let's buy ourselves some legislation. And still, $60 million investment, $1 billion return. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. So we've got these two aging nuclear power plants in Ohio. How bad are they? Is that $1 billion going to offer any repair to these facilities? Or, I mean, what kind of danger do they represent to the citizens of Ohio? And frankly, to all, I mean, everybody on Lake Erie. That includes Canada, if I'm remembering my geography right, as well as parts of Michigan. Or is
there are many millions of people downstream of these sites on the Great Lakes, and many millions more downwind. Not one penny of the $1.5 billion bailout is going towards maintenance or repairs or safety fixes or securing the high-level radioactive waste. In fact, what the money's been used for thus far is stock buybacks to enrich the shareholders and to enrich the executives. And speaking of the stock price, it has plummeted more than 30% the last time I checked since the news broke yesterday mid-morning about these FBI raids and arrests.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, you know, I mean, that is mind-boggling. So where does this go? I mean, are any of these members of the Ohio House of Representatives who were bought and paid for by this nuclear power company, are any of them going to lose their jobs?
I guess we'll see. A really high priority for the environmental movement of Ohio and beyond is to repeal House Bill 6, this $1.5 billion bailout, and also to block a new, even worse pro-nuclear bill, ironically called the Anthem Act. I can't remember what the acronym stands for. It's House Bill 106, I believe, and it is a bigger giveaway of Ohio taxpayer and Ohio ratepayer money to build a new generation of reactors, so-called small modular reactors and advanced nuclear reactors, and even reprocessing, for goodness sakes, in Ohio. It's insane.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like it. Kevin, what can people do who want to become activists around this issue?
Well, check out our website, www.beyondnuclear.org, and I'll put the latest news about this scandal in Ohio up there, similar scandal in Illinois, a similar scandal in South Carolina. The nuclear industry is showing its true colors right now, and we need folks' help to stop it because they are going for broke.